Okay, good day guys. My name is Ubong, and based on popular request, I'll be doing a video on futures. So what we'll be talking about is some do's and don'ts, some suggestions, and how to take a future trade using the Binance mobile app platform. So let's get right into it. So unlike sports where you can enter your trades at any time, because some people enter trades without doing any analysis. They just say that the coin is low and they say that the coin is good and they buy. That is okay if you plan to hold the coin for a long time. But if you are trying to take your profits maybe within a few days, it's good to do analysis on the right time to enter and the time to exit the trade. But basically, sports, your risks are lower than futures. Okay, so the major differences between sports and futures is the risk, number one, because when you put your money in sports, you can leave it for long, even if the coin goes down. As long as you don't sell, then yes, there's still hope for you, because when the coin goes down and it rises back up, you can make your profit back. But with futures, if you put a certain amount in a trade, if the trade goes in the opposite direction, then you are potentially losing out, because if it hits your stop loss, then the money is gone forever. Okay, but the advantage with futures is that you can make your money faster. Okay, so let me quickly explain this with you. And the aspect of making money faster comes in when you use leverage. So I'll explain leverage now. Okay, so let's assume for this explanation we are going to be using dents as the coin, and let's assume one dent is $1, and let's assume we have 50 USD or 50 USDT for this trade. Now, if you're using your normal spots or a feature trade without leverage, if you put in $50 on dent, you'll be able to get 50 coins, because one dent is 1 USD. Okay, so if your plan is to make 100% profits, that means you want your $50 to turn to $100. That means one dent would have to move from 1 USD to 2 USD in order to make 100% profit. Okay, and that would take a long time. It could take days, months, weeks, depending on how volatile the market is. But with leverage, let's assume you're using a 10x leverage. So Binance offers you leverage depending on your margin or depending on the amount you have in your account. You can have as high as you can be offered as high as 125, x leverage, and x means times. So whatever leverage you have, it will be multiplied by your margin. Your margin is the amount you want to drop for the trade. So in this class, we are going to be using a 10x leverage. So going back to our dent example, if I'm using a 10x leverage with my 50 USD that I want to drop for the trade, that means I'll be having $500 to take the trade. So instead of 50 coins, because one dent is 1 USD, instead of 50 coins, I'll be able to buy 500 coins. Hope you're following, because 500 times 1 is $500. Okay, now if my plan is still to make my 50 USD become 100 USD, 100% profit, I don't have to wait for dents to move from $1 to $2. All I need is for them to move from $1 to 1.1 or $1.2. Okay, so if dent moves from to 1.1 and I have 500. So 500 times 1.1 will give me 550 USD as profits. Oh, sorry, not profits. Would have will give me 550 USD. So the 50 is my profit. So if you're making, sorry, if you want to make 100%, it will be 1.2. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the maths. Okay, it should be 1.2 because that would be 1.2 times 500. That would be $600. So you'll be having 100%, $100 as profits. So you can see that leverage makes your money, or makes you earn your money faster. But in the same way, you can hit stop loss faster if your trade goes in the opposite direction. Okay. So now on how to use the future platform. Now you go to wallet and you go to features. First of all, you need to transfer from your spots to your features. Okay. So you can either transfer from features to spots or spots to features, but we need spot to features, and it's very easy and it's free. So all you need to do is put in the amount you want to put. You type the amount and you click on transfer, and that's all. Your money is going to spots, to features. So you go to the feature tab here, and this is where we are going to take our trade. Now there are things I want to point out. With features, you can make money buying or selling, unlike spots where you only make money when the coin goes up. So if the coin is going up, you buy, you can make money. If the coin is going down, you sell, you make money also. Okay. Also, when you want to take a trade, you have to figure out how much you are putting in. Now this is Sol USDT, and the price currently for Sol is 22.15. That's the price it's going for now, but it's fluctuating. So you have to set your limits. So limit is where you want your price, or what you want your trade to be taken. So let's say you feel the trade will still come down to 21.5. So you type in 21.5 and the amount, but you don't necessarily need to type in the amount. You can move the slider, yeah, or you use the plus or the negative buttons. So as you move the slider, you see the amount or the cost of the trade. Now if I'm taking one USDT, if I'm taking one USDT, or sorry, if I'm taking one Sol coin, the price is 2.15 USDT. If I'm taking two, it's 4.3 USDT. Sorry for the background noise. I'm in our family house. It's Easter. Okay, so let's go on. So as you move the slider, you see the amount or the costs it will take for you to go into the trade. You grab. So let's say you want to buy one USDT or one Sol coin. It costs us 2.15 USDT, and our limit is 21.5. So you can do market, you can do stop limit, you can do stop market, but I usually do limits or market. So market is it to buy at the current price. Limit is it to buy at the price that you choose, that you want. You understand? Okay. Now, there's also an option that you should take note. This is very important. There's this isolated, and when you click on it, you see isolated cross mode. This is the margin mode. Now, the explanation for this is if you go for cross. Okay, now let's assume for this course I have 12 USDT. You understand? But for this particular trade, I want to use 2.15. If I choose isolated mode, it would only work based on this 2.15 USDT. So if my trade goes in the opposite direction and I'm losing, once this 2.15 exhausts, or once it hits stop loss at 2.15, then I'm out of the trade. It would only use my 2.15 to service this trade. You understand? But if I use cross mode, it will use the entire amount in my future wallet. It won't go to spots. It will use my entire amount in my future wallet to service this trade. You understand? It won't, unlike isolated that, it will just use the 2.15. It will use this 12 too. So if my trade is going in the opposite direction, it won't stop at 2.15. It will go lower, lower, lower. It will to chop, and it will chop into my 12.5. Yeah, so I always advise people use isolated to avoid tears in the if your trade goes in the opposite direction. So if my trade goes in the opposite direction, I know that I'm going to lose 2.15 because I'm using isolated, unlike cross. Then this is where you pick your leverage. This is where you adjust your leverage. So for this trade, I can go as high as 50x, but I always advise don't go beyond 10. In fact, 5 in some cases if you're not sure. Okay, but don't go beyond 10. It's very important because the higher leverage you use, the shorter your margin, the smaller your margin is. So if I use 20x leverage, if the market moves in the opposite direction in 5%, all my money will go down. Okay, I might have to explain that later on. Okay, but it's always safer to use 10 and below. Okay, so you can also decide to type in your take profit and stop loss here. Okay, but most times I don't do that. I do that after taking the trade, and I'm going to show you how. So let's say I take the trade, I buy long. It will ask me to confirm. So this is the cost. You confirm buy. So once this trade gets to 2.15, it would pick it up. So basically that's how to use the feature. Now for stop profits, now like I said, I don't type in or input my stop profits and stop loss, my take profit and stop loss before the trade. I do it after the trade starts running. So like this, now I can always edit it. So when I click on stop profit and stop loss, I can always type in the amount. So if I type in 3.5, it will even show me estimated profit and loss. If I type in 1.5, it will show me loss. So for stop profit and stop loss, you can type it here. You can always adjust it even as the trade goes. Okay, even as the trade goes, you can always edit it out. So what else do we need to explain? I think that's all. That's all. Okay, so you can use, there's also a calculator where you can, you know, figure things out before you enter a trade. Okay, so with the calculator, you can you can do various stuff. You can find out your profits and loss even before entering the trade. So you all you need to do is you input your entry price, your exit price, and the quantity. So for my last for this trade I want to take, my entry price that I set, that's the limit I set, is 21.5, and let's say my exit is 25.3, and I'm buying one sol. Okay, so it would give me the estimated profits, initial margin, profit and loss, and everything, and my rates of um, whatever it is, my profits, my percentage profits. You understand? You can also get target price, but that can be explained later on. You understand? So that'll be all on this video, and I hope you can understand. If you have questions, you can ask on the group. All right, thanks. Sorry for the background noise. It will be better next time, if there's a next time.